one of them. And I thought, operate in New York City, a Disneyland type attraction, holy cow. I thought to myself, man, that might be a real challenge. And I said, yes, sir. So he said, well, which one do you want to do? And I said, well, sir, I said, frankly, I think the toughest one will probably be Small World, because load and unload will be tougher. Carousel Progress is so sophisticated. God, that capacity will be, 100%, and it was. And by the way, the creativity and the genius of that show and that attraction, as far as a capacity point of view, I really cried when they took it out of Disneyland, and I cried when they took it out of Walt Disney World, because I think that show should have been there and turned over the creative genius to you guys and gals to come up with another show and use the same theater. And I hope you bring it back someday, because I'll tell you, from a capacity point of view, Carousel of Progress was a great, great way to do a show and a great way to get literally close to 100% capacity. It was a genius in design, it really was. But anyway, the other thing that happened, though, is that going back to the opening, those 4 shows gave Walt confidence to go forward with Project X. And we obviously were already buying the land. And so what happened, though, is we announced it in '65. Hayden Burns was the governor, and a lot of us were standing in the back of the room. And Hayden says, well, Walt, he said, what's this project going to cost? And we were thinking to ourselves, what in the world is he going to say? He says, well, it's expensive to build things now. He says, I got to believe it's going to cost at least $100 million. And we thought, wow, where did he come up with that number? Well, long story short, as you all know, Walt, after that announcement, went in and had an operation which we thought was minor. It was terminal cancer. He came back and worked for 1 year, died that following December. So in 1966, he died at 65 years old. His brother Roy was already retired. Don Tatum was the CEO. Bart Walker was the chief operating officer. And I don't know how many people were called to Roy's office, because he came back to work. And I sat there, and I don't know, I'll be honest with you, this day, I don't know how many people he called into his office. But I know I went to his office, and he said, well, Dick, what do you think? And I said, well, sir, what do you mean, what do I think? Can we do it on Walt? That's what he said. And I said, sir, I don't know, but I think we ought to try. So he made the decision to go forward. Now, you talk about a gamble. And by the way, we finally got the district in 1967. A lot of people still criticize the district. But the reason the Reedy Creek Improvement District was needed, because Walt was smart enough to know that he wouldn't be able to have the local taxpayer base to pay for everything he'd need to do. So that was why the district was put in there. And we finally got it in '67, and Roy told Don Tatum, you go to Tallahassee and tell him either I get my brother's district or we're selling the damn land, but I got to clean it up. I've never heard Roy swear like that. Any of you guys ever heard Roy swear? I never heard him swear, but boy, that day in that meeting, wow, that wasn't recorded. But anyway, Tatum says, well, yes, sir, do you mind if I cleaned it up a little bit? So he said, no, but you tell him I want my brother's district. So anyway, they voted for the district. There were 6 no votes. Guess where they were from? Miami. Yes. And by the way, Miami still hates Orlando, and Orlando hates Miami, so what's new? But we broke ground in 1967, and we opened on October 1st, 1971. The day we broke ground, we were grossing $129 million. The day we opened, we had invested $400 million. $400 million. By the way, we had to build everything. Energy plants, sewer plants, everything. Well, behind the scenes stuff was an enormous cost. It wasn't just the show, it was all the behind the scenes, all the roads. Think about Walt Disney World today. And when I first went onto that property, I landed at McCoy Sac Base in a twin-engine commercial King Air from Atlanta, and got in a 4-wheel drive Jeep, drove out the highway, which was frankly partially paved, onto I-4, which was paved, onto 192, which was a dirt road, opened the cattle gate. We meandered up with a compass on this. Some of you remember it in this room. We meandered up the road and boom, and the surveyor said, well, Dick, here we are. I said, well, where are we? He said, well, this is where the entrance is going to be. I said, are you kidding me? I didn't want to get out of the damn Jeep. And I thought, holy cow, boy. And I'd flown over it a lot, but I'd never been physically, spent that kind of thing going on the property and with the layouts that all you did at Disney Magic Groups. But anyway, we broke ground, and the day we opened, it was not exactly a great open. We picked October. Jack Lindquist is not here today, I'm sorry, but Jack was our marketing guy, and we picked October because we projected it our slowest month, the slowest month of the year, and Friday was the slowest day, so that would be October 1st, 1971. And we only had 10,000 guests, and everybody said we were going to have 100,000 or 500,000. So we had a meeting afterwards because we had 10,000 and added count. We had to count all the comps and coming through the back gate to get to 10,000. So it was a major meeting. So we had a meeting with maybe 5 or 6 people, and Card Walker told Jack Lindquist, "You open the meeting." So I got Jack aside. I said, "Jack, this meeting is called You Bet Your Job. I'm opening the meeting." So I got up and I directed my energies, and Card interrupted me. He says, "Well, I wanted Jack to open the meeting." I said, "Yes, sir, but I'm going to open the meeting." So by the way, you bet your job. So I said to Roy, I said, "Sir, in all due respect, everyone in this room was there on opening day at Disneyland in 1955, which, by the way, some of you were there. It was a total, absolute disaster. So we didn't want to live through that again. Here's what we're projecting. The day after Thanksgiving, we will have to close before noon." Roy looked at me and he said, "You call me." I said, "Yes, sir." Meeting was over. Well, thank God. We closed at 10 o'clock. By the way, I didn't call him at 10 because that would have been 7 in the morning. So I called him at 12 o'clock and I said, "Sir, I just want you to know we closed at 10 o'clock today." 10 o'clock. "Yes, sir." "Well, why didn't you call me?" I said, "Sir, it would have been 7 o'clock your time. Were you up at 7? "Well, no." I said, "Well, that's why I didn't call you now, sir." So he says, "Really? You're kidding?" I said, "No, sir, 10 o'clock. Too many guests. And sir, remember what I said. If we have to do that, we better start building because we won't be big enough." Well, the rest is history. And it's quite a story.